right, thanks for joining me today, guys. We're doing a 30-minute interval HIIT workout. It's going to be 2 pods, 5 exercises, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. The only thing you may need today are a light set of weights. Doesn't have to be anything super heavy. Completely can get by without them. Not necessary to have, and I'll show you the variation when we get there if you don't have any weight. I'm going to be moving during our active rest today, so if you need it, go ahead and take some water, take a breather, do a little stretch, but try and stay moving with me as much as you can. The goal is to keep your heart rate up. We're here for 30 minutes, so let's work for it. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do a quick dynamic warm-up. Go ahead and pull a knee into your chest. Both hands right under your kneecap. Just pull in tight. You should fire that standing glute as well. Raise up out of your hip a little bit. You'll get that glute going. All right, go ahead and grab quad pull. You can go opposite arm, opposite leg. If you want to reach up, a little extra. If you want to do a calf raise, it's even more. This is going to be a pretty full body workout. Good 30 minutes. Either start your day or end it strong. Let's go do some lateral lunges. You can just stay in place, wide stance here. You're just going to drop down to each side, bob back and forth here. Remember, as always with the squat, first movement is butt back. You can rotate that foot up if you want to go a little further. You might feel more on the inside of your leg here. If you need the support, you can put your hands on the ground and walk yourself side to side. Let's do a couple RDLs just in place. Bend over as far as you can, touch your toes. Try to keep your knees fairly straight the whole time. A little bit of knee bend. Flat back, core is tight, chest is up. You should feel tension in the back of your legs here. All right, let's get moving. Just want some runners in place. Warm-up should be as much as you need. So if you need to do a little more, by all means, go ahead. But try and get the blood flowing, get the body moving, whatever time of day you're doing. Let's do 20 jumping jacks. We'll get going. 4, 5, 6, 7. Straight arms, soft landings. Touch at the highest point at the top, all the way back down. 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, let's start. Start my timer over here. First one we got is burpees. Crowd favorite. So when you go down, I'll show you a couple variations here. So you drop down, you can go all the way, and hop back up. You can step back like this, and hop up, or if you need to, step back and forth. If you're gonna do this way, alternate your feet. Or if you wanna go there, it's okay. If you wanna drop all the way and push back up that way too. But if you're going down, keep your elbows in, hug tight, close to your sides, and your core stays tight. All right, so this is our active rest. I'm gonna be moving around. Again, if you need to take the break, by all means, go ahead, but do your best to stay with me today. Next one we got is 10 high knees and 10 butt kickers. So this part of the active rest, I don't really care what you're doing. Here we go. I just want you to be moving. So find your favorite and stick with it and change it up. Well, that was way too many high knees. 10 and 10. Getting distracting myself. The high knees, your core stays tight, chest stays up the whole time with both of them. And you should be driving that knee up with your core. Next one, plank twist. So you're gonna be down in the plank position and rotating your hips towards the ground. Should feel more in your obliques here on the side. We're getting going. My heart rate's getting up. All right, here we go. So if you want to go plank position, drop hips down to the side. Core stays tight the whole time. Think about sucking your belly button back into your spine, and you're trying to touch it together. And you're lifting. When you go down to touch, squeeze the outside of your body. You're gonna feel that a lot more in your obliques. All right. Next one we got is drop squats. So you're gonna drop out pretty wide, reach down, touch, just like with any squat. First movement is back, knees stay out. So chest stays up. You can reach down and touch the ground. Keep yourself honest with your depth. If you can't go that low, that's okay too. Just hop up here. But the same thing is always true. Butt goes back. We do soft landings. Control that eccentric movement down. That's where you're gonna feel more of the burn. Next one we got is bicycles. So we're gonna be on our backs for this one. And you're just reaching the opposite knee, the opposite elbow. Core stays tight on it as well. You want your backbones to get off the ground. So we're just doing this. Toes should stay pointed towards your face. It's actually going to help you keep your core tight. Try and straighten your legs as much as you can. Go at your own pace, so if you want to speed it up, that's okay too. If you want to slow it down, more slow and controlled movement. Whatever you fancy. Maybe you switch it up between sets, because that was our first round. We're going back to the top, back to burpees. So same thing, pretty much with most exercises in general. You want your core to stay tight. You don't want to be dropping your back to arch your back at the bottom of your burpee. So if you go down, your core and your back are in one line with each other, and you jump up and get off the ground. So when you do that pull, back to come, bring your hands towards your feet, you should feel that in your core as well. You're pulling your feet towards your hands with your core. So again, use whatever variation works for you. Especially here. Again, if you need to take a break, do a little stretch. If you want to just do side to side like this, try and stay moving somehow, even if you're just walking in place. If that's all you got today, that's all you got. But here, we're here to push ourselves a little bit. 10 high knees, 10 butt kickers. notice my chest stays up the whole time and I'm bouncing right out off the balls of my feet with every step. My core is staying pretty tight. Pump your arms too, or you can leave them out there as a target for your knees when they come up. You can do shuffles here, you can do little jumping jacks, whatever you want. Doesn't matter, we're just moving. You're already here, so let's push ourselves a little bit. Got plank twists again next. So if you're having back pain or anything like that, can't do the twist, just hold the plank. But if you are holding the plank, I want you to pull your elbows towards your toes, tuck that pelvis under like you're scooping underneath. You're gonna feel it way more in your core. It's gonna tighten up. For those of you doing the twist, we're still going. All right. We're moving. Got drop squats next. Show you more from the side angle this time, but the most important one with this is chest stays up. It doesn't have to be the fastest movement, but you want to control the downward motion. So if you drop to the side, like this, my chest stays up, my butt goes back, my knees aren't coming way over my toes like that. My feet come together and touch at the top. If you want to make it even harder, you can crisscross at the top, do a little Irish jig. Soft landings as always. Good work. That one. Bicycles next. Again, we're on our back for this one. Slow and controlled in the core. Here we go. Happy with you guys today. Thanks for joining. Again, toes stay pointed towards your face. You want to extend that knee. You don't need to bring your knee past your hips, but bring it close enough. You should be able to touch your elbow to your knee without bringing it past your hips. It helps to get that rotation to look, when you rotate, look completely the other way with your eyes. And you're gonna turn more. One more round for this pod, and we're moving on to the next one. Starting to feel good here. Maybe you start picking up your breaks, your movements. This is the last round in this pod, so let's get some good work in here. Again, control the movement down even with the push-up. Don't just slam your body down if you are going all the way down. Or if you want to drop to your knees, do the push-up and then push up in one motion and bring your feet to your hands. There's a lot of variations you can do with the burpee. But that's for next time now, because we're done. We got 10 knees, 10, I got 2 knees, 10 high knees, 10 butt kickers. Here we go. Remember, balls of your feet You're just bouncing right off of those each time. Whichever exercise you're doing here, you're just hopping right out of it, staying moving. You should feel that pretty good amount in your core here, especially with the high knees. Good work. Push yourself with the break here. We got 3 more exercises in this pod, and then we're on to the next one. Got plank twist next again. So let's do it. We can start a couple seconds early. There it is anyway. So I shouldn't be dipping my hips down and swinging up. It's a conscious dip with the outside of your hip, and then pull back up with your obliques. Of course, staying tight the whole time, so I'm not dropping in the middle. I'm sweating. Hopefully you are too. We got drop squats next. Try and get a good leg burn on this last set here. If you want to do the crisscross, switch sides every time. A little more glute action going on. So again, your butt stays back, soft on your toes. Chest stays up the whole time. Here we go. All right, so last round, I'm gonna do some jumping jacks for this break. Doesn't have to be fast, but this is our last active rest of this pod. So try and push yourself a little bit here. If you want to just do runners, whatever you're feeling. We got bicycles now though. Move those legs with purpose. Don't just flail them back and forth. It's gonna help your core stay tighter. Keep those toes pointed towards your face. Here we go. All right, that's the end of pod 1. I'm gonna keep moving. If you need a water or anything like that, go ahead and pause the video. But I'm going right into pod 2. First one we got is a 180-degree jump. So we're starting strong, just like the first one. I'll show you here. You're gonna jump, spin to the opposite side. So you touch down, you jump right out into the other side. So when you're turning, you want to explode. If I'm going to turn to the left, remember you're still moving here. If I'm going to turn to the left, I'm going to drive off my right foot, and then if I'm turning to the right, I'm going to drive back off my left. So go opposite directions when you spin, so you don't get too dizzy. If you need to do those 90 degrees, that's okay too. Or if you don't like the impact of the jump, just do some squats. We got mountain climbers next. So we're gonna be down in the push-up position. Driving those knees towards your chest. Here we go. So right here, and you're just pulling your knees up to your chest. Try and keep your upper body fairly still. It's gonna mean your core is gonna have to be pretty tight. Just get those knees up as far as you can. If you need to step it out, that's okay too. Go a little slower. If you want to go wide, touch your elbows, it's okay too. I'll show you a couple more on the next round. Whew. We got 6 fast feet with a lateral hop. If you have a weight and you want to put it next to you, you can jump over that, or you can just imagine. Just make sure you're getting off the ground. So we're gonna go 6 fast feet in place with a side hop. If you want to make this harder, drive your knee up with that lateral hop, just like the high knees. Keep your core tight, and you're pulling up with your core there. Or you can just hop. If you wanted to step, that's okay too. Try and get at least a little bit of a hop. As always, soft landings, balls of your toes. All right, the next one we got is thrusters. So this is where the weight comes in. Again, I'll show you if you don't have the weight, that's okay too. You're gonna hold it up here, and we're doing a squat, and then raise right up. So if you have the weight, you're gonna hold, palms are gonna be towards you, you're squatting down, and then rotate as you go up. Whatever you feel is good for your shoulders, this is what works best for a lot of people. But whatever you do, I don't want you coming way out here, because that's gonna make your chest drop, and then you're just doing low back extensions. So if you are dropping forward with the weight, and you feel like you're just holding it up barely, just drop the weight, raise the roof. You're still getting some shoulder stability work there, shoulder strengthening, but you're gonna save your shoulders and back. Over time, you can work into that with the weight, but let's keep it safe. All right, I got commandos right now. So I'm gonna be starting the plank position. And we're pushing right up and straight back down. So I'm gonna go up with my left, down with my left, up with my right, down with my right. You need to do this on your knees. That's okay too. The whole thing should be core. You don't want your core rocking from side to side, or your body rocking from side to side. So just stay tight with it. Whatever it is you end up doing. And you should be alternating arms, so you're not going left first the whole time. That's one round. 2 more to go. Means 10 more minutes. Let's finish off strong. You feel good for the rest of your day. Go 180-degree jump again. So you're dropping, spinning, soft landings. First motion should be backwards. So when I land on the balls of my feet, and my first thing, my butt goes back, my chest stays up, and that puts me in a ready position to explode right out into the next one. But if you need to do 90, it's okay too. Oh, that's a bagger. I wasn't even doing it the whole time. Hopefully you were. We got mountain climbers next. Again, if you need a water break, you need to stretch it out. Take this time right now, but we don't have too long left, so try and push yourself. Stay moving with me. Back to mountain climbers. So if you want to run it out fast, you just touching your toe each time. Weight should be a little forward, shoulders over your hands. I don't want to see this. There's not much core going on there. So try and keep your shoulders over your hands and pulling those knees into your chest. Hips should stay up off the, or hips should stay even, just like a push-up. Don't dip too low, don't pike up. All right, we got 6 fast feet and a lateral hop again. Whew, I'm feeling good. Hopefully you are too. Quick feet. Jump to the side, soft landings. Engage that glute on the landing. If you're doing the high knees, pull up with the core. Doesn't have to be 6 exactly. Get those arms into it. Pump the arms. Shouldn't be rotating, so the core stays tight to keep you straight. We got thrusters again. So, again, I'll do it without the weight this time. But if you are using the weight, make sure you're doing it safely. No bending forward at the hips. Should stay right on your shoulders and use that momentum from squatting to push up. So, for those of you without weight, lock your scaps, backbones back and down, and keep your palms up. And you're squatting and pushing straight up. So you should still feel that in your back and your shoulders a little bit, just by doing the squat, raising your hands. Again, as always with the squat, about shoulder width apart. Toes can point out a bit, but you want your butt back and chest up. Squeeze your glutes at the top. It's gonna help you make sure you're using your glutes the whole way through, actually. All right, we got commandos next. We're back to the plank position, up to the push-up, back down to a plank. Most important thing here is you're not rocking side to side. Here you go. Remember, you're switching arms each time too. You want to keep when you plant your hand, about right under your shoulder. You don't want to do it way out here. You're gonna hurt your shoulder that way. So put right underneath. Again, if you need to do it on your knees, it's the same thing, you're just on your knees. All right, one more round. Let's get after it here. 5 minutes, make yourself accountable, push yourself. I promise you'll feel better afterwards. Whether it's the beginning of your day, whether it's at the end, you will feel better. Got a 180-degree jump. Here we go. Make sure you're switching directions on the rotation, so you're not just spinning in circles. Chest stays up. Sink into that landing. It's gonna make you ready to pop out back the other direction. Oh, good work. Make sure we're moving here. Heart rate should be going pretty good now, especially after that exercise. Try and keep that up. Keep it up for the last 4 minutes here. We got mountain climbers. Here we go. Again, weight stays over your hands. And drive those knees high up on your chest as you can get them. If you want to speed it up, just bounce it out. If you need a step, that's okay too. Whew. You're moving with me now, you're moving. Again, even if this is just walking, if you want to run, you want to do side steps, whatever you got to do. Just don't let that heart rate drop too low. Towel off some of that sweat. Got 6 fast feet, lateral hop. Again, just quick feet. Doesn't have to be 6 exactly. Push off with that outside leg. Try and get a little more distance here on this last rep, last set. If you are doing high knees, you can still push off fairly far. Should be more in the core there. Here we go, 2 minutes. Let's do it. Let's do some shuffles. Do twist here, and go back to little butt kickers. You can do high knees if you want. You're crazy if you're doing high knees. All right, we're doing thrusters. I'll show you with the weight again. Woo. So we're about shoulder width apart. Drop back, push up. So your palms face you at the bottom, and then they face in front of you at the top. Make sure you're pushing that weight straight up and above your shoulders. Squeezing your back all the way. It's going to support your shoulder joint. Let's do some jumping jacks. This is the last rest period. Here we go, here we go. I got 40 seconds left, and then we'll do a quick cool down. And you don't have to look at me for the rest of the day. Commandos, let's do it. Keep that core tight. Suck your belly button to your spine. Minimal swaying. Come on, push yourself here, push yourself. There we go. Good work, guys. I'm gonna shut my timer off here. If you need a second, don't wanna let your heart rate drop too high or too fast. Do a quick lap around. Walk back in place. Whatever you need to do. We're gonna do a couple stretches here real quick. So go ahead and grab opposite leg. If you wanna grab both legs, it's okay. If you are grabbing same leg, make sure your knee doesn't flare out from your side, from your other leg. Keep it in tight. That's why the opposite arm helps to keep it in closer. A little bit of knee bend in this one. And you wanna pull up. Chest stays up. You should feel this all in the front side of your leg here. Maybe a little bit in your hip. If you want more in your hip, you can push your hip forward, hips forward. Switch sides. If you're struggling with the balance, you can hold on to something, or find a dot on the ground and fixate on that dot. It's going to help you with your balance. And curl your toes of the standing leg into the ground. and raise yourself up out of your hips. So flex this glute. So see how I'm dipped. If I want to raise up, it's actually going to help me with my balance. You feel a lot more steady. Also the core is a big one too. All right, let's hit the deck. So this one here, you're gonna cross right leg over left knee. You can prop yourself up on your hands, or if it's easier, you can drop down to your back, grab through to the other leg, or grab your foot with this hand, knee with this hand, and pull. You should feel this all down the back side of your leg here. Or if you want a little different, you can push that knee away while you pull it towards you. Good work today, guys. Should feel pretty good about that one. It's not an easy one. Here we go, switch. So if you want to do this variation, you're going to prop yourself up on your hands and just force your knee out, away from you. Whatever feels best for you. If this isn't your first time doing the video, hopefully you're improving each time and noticing how much you're improving each time, whether that's, go ahead and switch, next one, finish that thought in a second here. You're gonna prop up into a lunge position, your hand on the, knee on the ground, knees bent to 90-90 here, and you're gonna tuck your pelvis under, so put your hands on your hips, and you should tuck under like you're scooping up underneath. You're gonna feel that in the front of your hip, and then pivot forward, and you should feel it much more in the front of your hip. Try and hold that scoop underneath. If you want even more, raise the same side, arm, and you should feel all up the side of your body here, even more in the front of your hip. But like I was saying, if it is second, third, fourth, whatever time you've been doing it, hopefully you are noticing a difference here and seeing yourself being able to do different variations, tougher variations, for longer, more reps each set, or maybe you just had an off day too. Don't get discouraged if you're not able to do what you were able to do last time. Go ahead and switch. So same thing, find the scoop underneath, and then pivot forward. Doesn't have to be a lot. You should feel it pretty quick in the front side of your hip if you're holding that scoop. And then raise that hand up. But just give yourself credit for even showing up today. Consistency is the name of the game. Once you get the routine in, you're not going to want to stop. All right. That's it for me. If you feel like you need a little more stretching here and there, if you need some back stuff, find some good stretches for you, or ask us. Feel free to message us at any point. Yeah, see you next time.